The White House is the official residence and workplace of the President of the United States, located at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue Northwest in Washington, D.C. The White House has been the home of every U.S. president since John Adams in 1800. The building is a symbol of American democracy and serves as the center of the U.S. government. In addition to the president's residence, the White House also includes the Executive Office Building, which houses the offices of the president's senior staff and advisors, and the White House Situation Room, which is used for crisis management and national security meetings. The White House is open for public tours, but tickets are required and must be requested in advance through a member of Congress. The White House also hosts many official events, such as state dinners and diplomatic receptions, as well as ceremonial events like the annual Easter egg roll and Christmas tree lighting. The White House is an iconic example of neoclassical architecture, which was a popular style in the late 18th and early 19th centuries. The building was designed by James Hoban, an Irish-born architect who won a design competition organized by President George Washington in 1792. The White House's exterior is made of white painted sandstone and features a symmetrical facade with two colonnaded porticos. The building has three main sections: the Central Residence, the East Wing, and the West Wing. The Central Residence contains the President's living quarters, as well as formal reception rooms and offices. The East Wing houses the First Lady's offices and staff, while the West Wing is home to the President's Oval Office, as well as offices for the Vice President, the Cabinet, and other senior officials. Inside, the White House features a mix of classic and modern design elements. The rooms are decorated with period furnishings and artwork, as well as contemporary pieces acquired by the first families. The building's architecture and decor have been influenced by many different historical periods and styles, reflecting the evolving tastes and sensibilities of its occupants over the past 2 centuries. The White House was originally known as the President's Palace and was later renamed the Executive Mansion before becoming the White House in 1901. The White House has 132 rooms, including 35 bathrooms, 16 family guest rooms, and several living and dining rooms. The White House's famous Oval Office was added by President William Howard Taft in 1909. The White House was designed to resemble the Leinster House in Dublin, Ireland, which was the home of the Irish Parliament at the time. The White House was partially burned by British troops during the War of 1812. The exterior walls were left standing, but the interior was gutted and had to be rebuilt. The White House has hosted many famous guests over the years, including Queen Elizabeth II, Nelson Mandela, and the Beatles. The White House is also home to several pets over the years, including dogs, cats, birds, horses, and even a pet raccoon kept by President Calvin Coolidge. The White House has its own movie theater, bowling alley, and tennis court. The White House was the first building in the United States to have an indoor toilet with running water. The White House's address, 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, has become a well-known symbol of American power and democracy. The White House's iconic South Portico was added by President Thomas Jefferson in 1807. The White House's famous Rose Garden was added by First Lady Jacqueline Kennedy in 1962. The White House's grounds cover 18 acres and include a large lawn, gardens, and several historic landmarks like the Washington Monument and the Lincoln Memorial. The White House has its own vegetable garden, which was first planted by First Lady Michelle Obama in 2009 as part of her Let's Move initiative to promote healthy eating. The White House has been the site of several historic events, including the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation by President Abraham Lincoln in 1863 and the signing of the Civil Rights Act by President Lyndon B. Johnson in 1964. The White House has been the subject of many movies, TV shows, and books, including the popular TV series The West Wing and the best-selling novel The President is Missing by Bill Clinton and James Patterson. The White House has its own official pastry chef, who is responsible for creating desserts and pastries for official events and state dinners. The White House is home to several famous artifacts, including the Resolute Desk, which was a gift from Queen Victoria to President Rutherford B. Hayes in 1880, and the famous painting The Blue Room by James McNeill Whistler. The White House has been expanded and renovated several times over the years, with major renovations taking place during the Truman, Kennedy, and Obama administrations. The White House is a symbol of American democracy and has become an iconic landmark recognized around the world.